Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me live here today, where we will discuss the stock market and we will try to discuss what happened today. So today was the Fed meeting and we had a great day today. Stocks didn't drop, things got higher because of the rates that the Feds increased. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about what happened, and I will definitely come back and show you some stocks. But before I do that, I will do as I always do is I will go to Jim Cramer and Jeff Mox in a minute, and we will definitely talk about what they think happening in the market. So let's just get started doing that right now. I'll come back with you.
And we know that we bought the oils and they went down yesterday. Oil went down. What matters to me is that we're building a long-term portfolio, and a long-term portfolio is not impacted by what happens today.
I think that's so incredibly important, right? I mean, it's a lot of this high grading that we're going to continue to talk about.
Right.
It's moving out of these companies that don't have good profits, that don't have a good balance sheet, don't pay a dividend, don't have a buyback to speak of. Trade
because those are bad.
Right. Those are the ones that are just, up or down.
Right.
They're going to have a difficult time weathering this.
Right. And the Fed doesn't want that. I mean,
what the economy's having.
like there's a guy from MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor. Now, see, he's a gambler, but he presents himself as not a gambler. The Fed does not want to provide money for gamblers. The Fed does not want to provide money for speculation. Right. He's a speculator masked as someone who's an investor. And, we call it like that because that's what we do for a living. If I were doing all Bitcoin, I think I would have to tell you, look, I'm rolling the dice. But to them, no, they're investing. That's not investing to me. What's investing is the kind of things that we're doing where we're buying Procter at 20 times earnings that has a dividend aristocrat, has almost 3% yield. And you can say, well, that's just a big waste, Jim. It didn't go up immediately. And I mean, that's been, look, I don't want to have this happen, okay? And we can buy more right here if we want to. But I recognize that Procter's going down. We're not trying to buy things that are going up because we're trying to catch a change. And the change is that if you think there's going to be a recession because what the Fed does, then this stock does better. And a lot of people's perceptions is that we're going to have a recession. I personally think that the question is it going to be, as I term it, a doozy recession or just a recession? If it's just a recession, Procter goes up either way. But Union Pacific doesn't go up, and we sold Union Pacific much higher. Nucor doesn't go up, and we sold Nucor much higher. We made a lot of sales of things that would be hurt in a recession, and we made a lot of sales of things that had bad balance sheet. Now, today is a day because of the oversold condition. You shouldn't be doing any selling, and it's tempting to lighten up because the prices are better than they were yesterday. But that's not enough for me. It does not make me want to lighten up.
Yeah, you mentioned oversold. Oscillator was around like minus 7% yesterday. We've seen it go to 10% as recent as January, around January 26th. So we do know you get more oversold. Heading into today, only 2% of the S&P was above its 20-day moving average. Only 4.5% of the market above its 50%. So again, classically oversold levels, but we could still get more oversold.
Right, and we did a run last night of companies that sell for less than the market multiple of 16.5, now it's 16, that have higher than 3.5% yield and have growth for next year. And we found only 23 stocks in the S&P 500 have that. 23.
And we had a couple on that list. I don't think we have the charts, but Devon Energy was on there.
Devon Energy number
Cisco
one.
was on there.
Yes. So a bunch of ours. One Oak, no. Verizon, not doing that well. Honey and Banks is very interesting. People hate the banks. Vici Properties, which is a REIT. Newell Brands, which we all know a lot of their brands. IBM hanging in there. Advanced Auto Parts, which is for people, obviously, who are trying to extend the life of their autos. And then NRG Energy, which is an interesting company. I mean, does this unnerve me? Yeah, because what it's saying is that everything's all clear. And you should go buy Salesforce and go buy NVIDIA, whatever. And I hope that's the case because we own a lot of them. But on day 3 of this, if it's like when the S&P was oversold back in January, on day 3, we have to lighten up. I don't want to, but that's what history says.
Yeah, and I know, yesterday we bought Procter. We trimmed some Win. It was a dollar for dollar basis. I know Win is doing a little better today. I think that kind of goes back into the thinking that the stocks that have been hit harder this year, you can see Win down 30%, down a lot more since last spring as well.
I see this.
We'll rally a little bit better.
Right. Look, it is a kind of a disgusting time in the money management business because you want to root against America, America doing well. Classic being that we own a lot of oils, and suddenly the president takes a shot at the oils.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be able to do anything, but he sent them a letter. The refineries do have obscene profits, but you know what? There are not a lot of refineries, and there's tremendous demand, and it is America, and you're supposed to make money. They lose a lot of money when things are bad. They make a lot of money when things are good. So when the things are bad, we don't offer any tax support to them. So, I mean, come on.
So the solution should be more about working with them, trying to come up with a plan to add additional capacity,
They were willing
add more
to do
barrels,
it.
but
They were
we're not
willing to
there
do
yet.
it. No, and the president's going to Saudi Arabia. He called it a murderous regime. He wanted to make it a pariah. And he finds it easier to deal with the Saudis than to cozy up, which is what I'm sure his base says, to the oil companies. And I think that's a shame because the oil companies have the ability to produce 2 million more barrels than they are. Now, let's just talk about for one moment what we see with our own situation. A couple of stocks that I think I was going over. FANG, okay? This is not Proctor's time. It's a FANG time. Metaverse platform doing much better. There's because there's a note this morning by Piper saying, look, it's entirely possible that things are bottoming. Now, what's interesting, this stock was up much more at the opening.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of sellers. You talked about Alphabet and something that should cause people's attention.
There was a report in the journal this morning. More than 1.5 billion are watching YouTube Shorts every month, according to Alphabet's Google. And I mean, that puts them right in line with TikTok, which obviously has captured the hearts of
right. So Alphabet should be up. Now, Apple, I have a capitulation by Katie Huberty. She cuts her price target. There's some other good data out.
We figured that was coming, right? We've been talking about, she's been saying how services revenue might be a little bit too high. Now it looks like she's taking down forecasts on some hardware sides, not the phone, but the watch, iPad.
Yeah, but you would think that, again, that is the type of thing you see at a bottom, which is capitulation from the biggest bull. Amazon Web Services, a positive note this morning about how they're doing well. Yesterday we had a note saying they're accelerating. Netflix, people are saying that the advertising is doing much better. So it's a FANG revival. Now, I do not want to get too caught up in a FANG revival because everybody hates them. And there'll be sellers all the way, as there is with Metaverse.
Source of liquidity as well, right?
Liquidity.
Right.
Yeah.
But a lot of volume on those shares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't have, we do not sell at -7 on the oscillator. We only buy. It could go down more and we will buy more. But what matters to me is that we have committed a lot of capital betting on a bounce and we're getting a bounce. And we may get further bounce today. History would say, again, you just have history to rely on. You get a 3 to 4 day bounce if things are bad. Now things are good and you have a really nice run. Carly Garner last night on Mad Money said, look, we could have a giant run. So I'm not sanguine because the hammering that we've gotten is so bad. But I recognize that we're oversold and you shouldn't just jump out on your first day of the oversold.
I think what you're trying to say is perhaps a lot of bad news is in there, and in the absence of maybe more bad news, maybe we get that as some type of relief rally.
Yeah, and in the meantime, look, we're overweighted the oils. I think that I want to go back to the well. I think Coterra is very good here. Coterra, because natural gas, while it has a drop, we do have a heat wave. It could go right back up, and people should be buying Coterra. This is an opportunity. They've got a great dividend policy. We know the Pioneer just got a good dividend. I would want to buy Coterra if we weren't so overweighted the oils. So I'm sorry that we're so scattered, but I wanted to present to you what it's really like in the money management business, which is right now, we're all trying to find our footing. And it's very difficult, so we rely on totems. We are oversold. Companies that when they cut numbers, they bounce, which is what I've seen today. These are the things that look like bottoms to me. At the same time, calling a bottom has been a nightmare.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for that. As you see, as the market is oversold, as they were saying. So I hope that was informative to you. I hope that you take a lot of notes and you get ready to start doing some buying. Hopefully you listened to my video last night where I was talking about starting as a beginner, and you went ahead and open a Robinhood account. That is one of the easiest way to get started. And if you're not buying yet, that's fine, but just get started. Just get an account, because if you take the initiative to take a chance and open the account, at least you take the first step. As they say, the first step in doing anything, the first step in being great, it is making that start. So you definitely had to make a start. As I always say, we're helping you to build wealth one investment at a time. That's the goal of this channel, to help you build wealth and become rich. So we're going to talk about, as I said, the topic about today is the best 5 stocks for long-term investment. We're going to talk about a couple of stocks. We're going to look for stocks that give dividends. We're going to look for stocks that has buybacks, and we're going to look for things that we can make money. I love dividend stock because when you get a dividend, you could just reinvest the dividend in the stock, and your stock portfolio could grow by that. You could take the cash and just have that money, or you could reinvest, as I do, reinvesting the dividend. So I'm going to start talking about some companies that I think you should be looking at. And oil is really, really, really good. So I'm going to talk about this company. We're going to start with Coterra Energy. And I've seen that drop. Right now, it is 50% oil, 50% gas, and it is $30.60 per share with a nice dividend. So if you're just getting in Coterra at $30, it is a great investment to get started in. So guys, think about Coterra. That might be one of the investment that you want to think about moving forward. The good thing is, I said top 5, but I have a lot of stocks, so we're going to try to go too fast. Doesn't want us to stay too long, but I want to make sure that you're getting value. And if you are, please consider subscribing to our channel. All right, guys. So let us keep moving on, and let us talk about next stock here, drum roll here. And we're going to stick with the oil companies, and we're going to talk about Devon Energy. These are still a great deal. They're giving a nice percent dividend, an 8% dividend, and Devon remain a very, very, very good investment. So consider Devon Energy at $69. Get whatever you can, get the ball rolling, get started with Devon Energy, and get another wonderful dividend. They give a fixed and a variable. The last dividend they given was 8%. So that's an amazing dividend into Devon Energy, guys. So yeah, so Devon Energy is the next one, man. I think it is still a wonderful stock to get, but we want to be different, and we want to go different. And I want to share a company. I don't know what you think about the CEO of this company, but I think it's a wonderful company, Tesla. Tesla is a wonderful company. There's a lot of electric vehicles companies that come on, but none of them could rival Tesla. It's just like having a Nike and having all these other fake look like Nike, but Tesla is an amazing company for growth. If you don't buy Tesla and then you look back on the next couple of months, not only months, but weeks from now, when the market started to bounce back, Tesla at $706.55 is an amazing deal, and you should consider buying Tesla cars. I think it is another wonderful company. But I'm going to talk about a company, guys, that split recently, and the company, it went down, but it is still an amazing company. Look at the price you're getting for a company as strong as Amazon for $109.35 per share. Amazon, Amazon is like a powerhouse. You can get anything from Amazon. They got books, they got groceries, they got almost everything. Amazon, amazing at $109.35. As I share with you guys today, stocks for a long-term investment, and Amazon remain on top of the list, guys. Cannot go wrong with the stock of Amazon. So consider it. As I said before, we're looking at inexpensive stocks. We're looking at stocks that grows tremendously. We're looking at stocks that give dividend. And let us talk about a tech. As you guys know, I like to kind of diversify. I like to go into different stocks. I don't like to put all my money in one place. And let us talk about NVIDIA. They make high efficiency chips, gaming chips, and NVIDIA remains strong. So guys, that's another company. They give a dividend also. So you should consider investing in NVIDIA. It has come down tremendously from where it used to be. NVIDIA is one of the companies that split recently a couple months ago. They used to be a $700 stock and they split. So this is a great opportunity for you to be on the upswing of NVIDIA because they will be rising tremendously. So guys, think about another company again. It's NVIDIA, another company that you can get started in if you're looking for that long-term goal, guys. So let me talk about a company that's a little bit more expensive, but it is a company that rises good. Alphabet, Google, amazing company again, guys. Think about Alphabet, Alphabet with everybody watching YouTube and YouTube Shorts and Alphabet with all the advertising and Google. I mean, you search anything you want on the line. Alphabet it is, and Alphabet is a juggernaut. Alphabet is a powerhouse, and Alphabet is a stock where you're going to see your shares rise tremendously, guys. So consider adding Alphabet to your portfolio, guys. And then I'm going to end with this company, guys, which is Costco. Amazing company. And Costco is similar to Amazon. They are not really grocery store, but they are a club, and they keep rising. They're giving dividend. And Costco is just amazing. Another company that you could sink your teeth in to, another company that going to be here for the long term, guys. So Costco. So this is what I wanted to share with you guys. If you find value, please consider subscribing, and please tune in where I do that again tomorrow night, where we talk about stocks, and then we will definitely talk some real estate over the weekend, guys, and see you next week. Just off for real estate over the weekend, and tomorrow we will be talking some more stocks. So hopefully you find this informative. Hopefully these are some stocks that you could sink your teeth in. Hopefully these are some stocks that you could get started with, guys. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and I'll talk to you tomorrow night. Thank you.